Hi guys, so I'm starting off with primer and I'm using this MAC Natural Radiance Primer, and this is the yellow toned one. This is a nice hydrating primer, and then for my pores, I'm using the Benefit POREfessional Primer, which is a little bit more silicone-y and it really fills in my pores. Now I'm using a MAC foundation. Yep, a MAC foundation. This is the Studio Fix Fluid with an SPF of 15, and I am in the shade NC40. I'm probably like an NC35. But I got this when I was a little bit tanner. It does kind of match my body and it gives my face a little bit more color, but it does look a little off when you first put it on. But I feel like this oxidizes and it actually looks better as the day or as you wear it. Does that make sense? As it wears, it looks better. Okay. Now I just moisturize my lips with the Jack Black Lip Moisturizer, and I'm filling in my eyebrows. And I'm going to have an eyebrow tutorial. I know I always say that, but I'm waiting for them to grow out a little bit more so I can get them done. And I'm actually thinking of filming the threading process, like having someone film me get my eyebrows threaded just so you guys can see what it looks like. Because I know a lot of girls don't get their eyebrows threaded. So I'm using the Anastasia Brow Wiz in Soft Brown. I don't have the products in front of me, so I'm going to kind of just freeball this for the most part. But yeah, I'm just doing my eyebrows like I always do. Now to clean them up, I'm using this MAC Studio Finish Concealer Duo, and I'm using the shade NC25, which is on the right. And I'm just going to carve out my brows and really clean them up because they aren't fresh right now. So there are a couple hairs poking out, so I like to just clean up my brows. I even do this when my eyebrows are freshly done. It really just highlights them, and I'm also going to be using this concealer as my eye primer today. I normally don't do this, but it's a pretty dry concealer. It's not too wet, so I had no problems with creases. And I'm going to blend that out, and I'm using all Angel Merino Morphe brushes, the Mac Daddy brush set. So this one is just like a foundation brush, but I decided to use it for that. Now that's my little happy dance. I'm using the Melt Dark Matter Stack, and I'm going in with the shade Blur. And this was the first time I was using these eyeshadows. They aren't too pigmented, but they are very creamy. I feel like it depends on what brush you use, honestly, but this color wasn't really showing up on my eyes. This color is actually meant to like erase any mistakes that you make, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm going in with this NYX or NYX shadow. This is their Nude Matte Shadow in Blame It On Midnight. One of my all-time favorite drugstore eyeshadows. It is awesome. I've hit major pan. It's great. And again, I'm using the Morphe brushes. Now I'm going in with this shade, which is called Unseen. And I'm putting this all over my lid. So I really wanted this to be like a matte brown smoky. I really didn't know where I was going with this look, but I decided to do browns. But this time, instead of just putting brown in my crease, I'm actually placing it all over my lid. And now to highlight the inner corners of my eyes, my inner tear ducts, I'm using Nylon by MAC. And this is a gorgeous color. I feel like I neglected it so much, and I'm using a MAC pencil brush to apply that very precisely in the inner corners of my eyes. And now I'm jumping into the Lorac Pro Mega Palette, and I'm using the shade Sepia. And I'm using a Sigma brush to place that in my crease. I was trying to deepen up my crease and warm it up a little bit more. Unfortunately, this palette was limited edition and it sold out in minutes. So I'm really sorry about that, but just use any brown that you have. And now I'm using this black shade also from the Melt stack, and this one's called Dark Matter. And I'm using that same Sigma Precise brush. And as you can see, it's not a very pigmented black, but these colors blend really nicely, and they you can stack up the colors. What's the word that I'm looking for? I'm having a brain fart. You can layer the colors, and it looks really, really awesome. And now I'm going back in with that dark brown shade called Unseen, and I'm just kind of blending the black into the brown. Yay! So I was testing out this blur color because I wanted to see if it really blurred out the shadows, and it pretty much did. So I used it kind of like in the transition area, and then I'm going back in with that brown color. I like to work in layers. I do my eyeshadow in layers, so I like to stack and pack my shadows on. So this is the color Unseen, and I'm layering this again over everything that I just did. And I like to do this because it really builds the color, and these shadows work really nice for that. Some shadows you cannot build. These are flawless. Now I'm using the Micro Mini Beauty Blender. Yay, happy dance. And I use Fix Plus to moisten it. And I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Sand, my all-time favorite concealer. And this thing is so tiny. Honestly, I don't think it's that tiny. Like, I actually really like the precision that it gave me. And like I said, my hands are really small, so it worked out fine for me. So I'm just blending that out, and I wet my beauty blender with Fix Plus because someone recommended that to me as opposed to using water. I always wet my beauty blenders. I never use them dry. I wet them a lot. I like the moist look. I don't know, I like it to be very blended and not too full coverage, so that's why I do that. Now I'm going in with this gorgeous color called Enigma. It's like a burgundy reddish color. And I'm using this Morphe brush. It's a flat brush, also from the Mac Daddy set, to put this underneath my eye and also a kind of like a fake liner. And I'm going to be packing this reddish color underneath my eye because he really likes to smoke out his lash line, lower lash line, and it's always like a nice warm color, so that's why I did that. And now I'm using a little bit of the Jaclyn Hill palette, that first shade. It's a really nice iridescent white color, and I'm putting that in the inner corner just to give it a little bit more of a pop. And yeah, back in with the blur, and I'm putting that on my brow bone just so I can kind of erase a little bit of that brown. I brought it up a little too high, so this is a Mac Daddy inspired look, but I kind of, you know, did my own thing with it. Just have fun with your makeup, girls. Don't take it too serious. And now I'm using the Tarte Gifted mascara. I love this mascara. I am going to be using falsies, but I always apply mascara before just because I feel like it blends a lot easier, and then you can't tell where your lashes are. Does that make sense? Now I'm going back in with the Lorac Mega Pro palette, and I'm using the shade White, and this is a very stark white. It is so pigmented. I forgot how much I love this color, and I'm just going to blend this out, and I'm using a Sigma brush, and that's just my brow bone highlight. I wanted it to be matte because the inner corner of my eye is shimmery, so I like to just kind of mix that. This is a new product for me. I'm using the BH Cosmetics Studio Pro powder, and I'm just trying to look for it. I'm using the shade 250, and I'm using this as my bronzer. Now, I don't recommend it for a contour, because as you can see, my contour does look a little messy, but I do fix it. But it was my first time trying it. I just received this in the mail. I actually got them. BH Cosmetics did not send them to me, but yeah, I've heard they're like a dupe for the MAC powders. And then I'm taking that same color on my eyes because it's a nice warm toned brown. It kind of reminds me of like a clay color, and I really like it. So now I'm using a lighter shade in the same powders, and this one is 235, and I'm using that to set my concealer and also highlight because it is a little lighter than my skin tone. And I'm just cleaning that up. Now I'm using these Flutter lashes, and this was an absolute fail trying to show you guys these lashes, but these are the style Mac Daddy, and that's why I did a Mac Daddy look, because I had these lashes that are so him, and I'm using a lash applicator to pop them in, and I didn't use liquid liner, so make sure you really get them really precise to your lash line, or else you can tell that you have the false lashes, and you can see the band, and that is not cute. So I really love these lashes. I think they're awesome. They're not as thick as I thought, like the band. I never used Flutter lashes, so this is my first time. Now I'm using MAC Zoom Fast Black Lash Mascara on my lower lashes and on my falsies. For blush, of course, I'm using none other but the Blush Baby blush by MAC. And as you can see right there, my contour is looking a little crazy, but I do kind of fix it. I don't really know when, but it just looks a little crazy. So like I said, I don't recommend, oh here, I fixed it. I don't recommend that BH Cosmetics as a contour. It's just a little too muddy. Now I'm using this Angel Merino Mac Daddy highlight. Of course I had to. And this is the Artist Couture highlight in the shade Conceited. And I'm using a Morphe Mac Daddy brush. I love this fan brush for his powders because it's really wispy. Now I'm using MAC Strip Down Lip Liner. And I'm just gently lining my lips, making them a little bit bigger, just a pinch. And I'm going in with MAC Modesty, one of my all-time favorite nude colors from MAC. And then I'm placing, I just like mix that up, Myth in the corner. No, I'm bugging out right now. I'm placing Myth in the center of my lips. Girl, this is going quick. Okay, now I'm using, again, that black color that's dark matter, and I'm using a Zoeva brush. I love Zoeva brushes. They are pricey because they're shipped out from Australia, I think. But they're really, really great, and I'm just blending that out. but I wanted to smoke it out a little bit more because he likes his looks very smoky. Now I'm going in with Gerard Cosmetics Buttercream Lip Gloss, and I love this color. I believe it's Buttercream. Yeah, Buttercream, the Jaclyn Hill one, right? I'll leave it down below. I also have a coupon code for that. It's Rosita, and I believe it gives you 15% off. Now I'm using this Airspun powder. Let me know if you guys like this powder. I absolutely love it. I'm using a MAC powder puff to apply it and kind of press it into my skin, but I'm using this to set, and I really, really like it. It smells a little old lady-ish. I'm not gonna lie, but I like it. Now, how cute is this flat iron? It is too cute. It's from Eva NYC. They did not send it to me. I actually got it on Hotlook. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. My shirt is from Zara, and I'm applying more Enigma underneath my eye. Really smoking that lash line, and oopsies, I got a little boo-boo. Nothing you can't fix with a little bit of concealer on a beauty blender. Right. Now I'm using Anastasia Anastasia Dip Brow Gel in medium brown, and I love this stuff. This is just my holy grail brow product. I always do this when I'm finished with my look. It just does a big difference. Now I'm using this NYX Wonder Pencil, and I'm using it in my waterline, and I believe it's called, yeah, it's in light. So I like to do this now. Now I'm using Gerard Cosmetics Nude Lip Gloss because I wanted it a little bit less pinky and a little more nudie. And I love this combination. And he likes his lips very glossy, so that's why I used a gloss. And I'm packing on some black really close to my lash line, right under that cream color. And this is really going to open up your eyes. It kind of fakes like a larger eye because it looks like your lower lash line is lower than what it really is. So I love doing this. It's like an optical illusion. And a little bit more Enigma right underneath, of course. So I miss you guys so much, and I'll be having so many videos coming up. Eyebrow tutorial, hair care video. Trust me, I got you girls. It's coming up. So I just wanted to get this look because you guys requested it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and that is the final Mac Zaddy inspired look. Mwah.
Even let you undress my mind. Say goodbye and watch it then pray.